The stream is starting soon. In the meantime, enjoy some music.
Ruga likes Liam's live streams. They aren't bad, coming from a surface dweller. You maggot.
Welcome. Oh, we don't want it all the way down. Hey, welcome to tonight's live stream. It is February 24th, 2021, and today we're going to do something a little different. We did it last week. You guys loved it. I think you loved it. I feel like you loved it. I mean, no one complained, so I'm going to assume you loved it. We're going to do a... There we go. Just turn that up a little bit so I can hear myself. We're going to do an Ask Me Anything. And, of course, as I point out, this is more of a Ask Me Almost Anything. There we go. getting situated. So I was supposed to have a brand new headset today. I bought the wrong one, so I have to send it back, and I'm picking up the correct one. And I should hopefully have that tomorrow. So I should hopefully have that for Saturday's marathon. If you are just tuning in and going, marathon? There is a marathon Saturday evening. And, Saturday morning, excuse me. We'll be playing Code 7 all day long. What is the name of the intro music I use? It's called, what is it called? Chromium Asphyxiation. Good luck, and I don't know how to spell that. Garrett is here. JSmat05 is here. Austin is here. Steven is here. Peach Girl is here. I know it's Hilly. Sorry, Hilly. Jetta is here. Kayla is here. George is here. Liam is here. Wow, JustMatt says here it's already February 25th. Yeah, that's true. I know. Here it's still the 24th. That's just how we do things here. So I do want to start by thanking my patrons. Let's put them up on the screen. There they are. And, of course, as always, I need to give them a shout. Because got to do that. Because that's nice. Big thanks to Ivan Soto, Munuwar Vajani, Sonny the OG, James Dean, Jim Denham, Anya Kristen, Mike Maslow, Trevor Johnson, Kevin Lyons, Stephen Luttrell, Simon Yeager, Lukash, Austin Nix, Sarah Hawk, Jason Smith, Melissa Rowe, Hillary Duncan, Ashley Coleman, Bianca, The Evil Chocolate Cookie, Shane Early, Courtney Barton, Bryant, Roland Engelsma, Axel Schruel, Abdullah Dubase, Changeling, Chad Blanco, and Jack Filichuk. So thanks to all you guys that are patrons. Thanks to everyone that donates. Thanks to everyone that super chats. Thanks to everyone that tunes in. So tonight is an Ask Me Anything. And the way that we're going to do this is you guys can write in questions or topics, and we'll discuss them. What tends to happen on these is if I get on a rant about something or just a roll, I mean, not even a rant, but if I start talking about something, I tend to fall behind in chat. So if I get a bunch of questions, I will write them down so that I can refer to the list and kind of keep going in chat and just have questions. And, we kind of, when we did this the last time, I kind of figured out what worked, what didn't, what needed improvement, what was working out. So if you guys want to know something, or you want to talk about something, or you want my opinion on something, most things, please write it in. Of course, as always, I say it's the Ask Me Almost Anything. If it's something that I don't want to bring up, or I'm just like, listen, I don't want to talk about that, or if it's something that's just not appropriate for a stream, I'm just going to let you know, hey, listen, thank you for the question, but no. Jetta Waves. Hey, Jetta! How are you doing? I'm so glad you're here. Jason is here. Work! Isn't that the sound that the chocobos make? Not Jetta. Says hi, Lily. Hi, not Jetta. Imposter. Uh-oh. Which Jetta is which? Oh, my. All right. So, what we have to do on every stream... Our Red Bull, and today's Red Bull, unfortunately, is watermelon again. Now, for this stream, I'm going to try and chug this one. Ready? All right, here we go. Got to prepare. It's like getting, tensed up on the starting blocks for the run. All right, here we go. Okay. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, my God. I mean, I left it in the freezer, so, Bobby is here. How do I make my mini games list on Crazy Party? I mean, are you asking how do I, choose the games? Or how do you physically make a list? I don't really understand the question. I mean, I pick the questions that I like. Hey, Sophie is here. Hola, ¿cómo está? But yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's two Jettas. It's, it makes me question which one is which. So, Brian Walker says, so I'm curious if you went to a blind school growing up or if you were mainstreamed. What is your opinion of blind schools? So for those, because I have some sighted friends that are tuned in, and I do want to point that out, that some of the people that tuned in are part of my group of pals that, their eyes work. So if I explain stuff and you guys are like, well, that's obvious, I'm trying to make the stream accessible for everybody, and that is I'm trying to fill in the gaps. So there's most states have a school where their kids can be sent. Michigan actually does not have one anymore, but most states have a sort of center. And in Illinois, ours is downstate. Wisconsin's is in Janesville, and there's a few other, there's schools all over the country. I don't really have an opinion one way or the other. I feel that sometimes they can teach people bad habits. And so what I mean by that is there are people that go to the schools that are blind, but they're also going to the schools because they have a secondary disability. And I often feel like people aren't learning to properly socialize. I don't want to say it the wrong way. But I feel like people don't learn to socialize. With society a lot. So I've seen people that have come out that have been very socially stunted, which is really unfortunate. I personally don't care for the schools. I understand that they're needed because not every district can provide the service a student needs. But I'm not a fan of them. If I had a blind student, I would make every opportunity to make sure they're getting what they need in mainstream. There are people, though, that are just not able to thrive in mainstream environments. Maybe they live in a bad area. I've talked to people that lived in really rough areas and they got their butts kicked on a daily basis, and it just was they lived in the hood. And so, that was, hey, Kyle, how's it going? Hold on, quick sec. Sorry, guys, I'm falling behind on messages again. But that's how I feel about blind schools. If it's worked for you, I have nothing but respect. I will certainly not look down my nose at somebody that goes to a blind school. But I just don't. I don't have a very high opinion of them. But like I said, for some people it works. Garrett says, do I allow people to contribute subtitles for your videos for those who are deaf or hard of hearing or speak a different language? Yeah, absolutely. In fact, if anybody knows a way to do real-time captioning or any stuff like that, please get in touch with me. I know you can do it with text-to-speech, and I know that it's very hit or miss, but I would be willing to run something if it would help increase accessibility. Excuse me, my nose is killing me. Hey, Kyle. John says, I also don't think they teach cooking skills very well. I see, and I can't say, and I don't want to make a statement that I can't substantiate. Also, I'm going to drink more. See if I can drink the rest of this. All right. Most of the way through it. Hey, Courtney, how's it going? Yeah, John says at least that's my experience. Yeah, I have no experience, so I don't want to say one way or the other. I just I don't know. I feel like they may not give enough one-on-one time, but again, I want to be careful what I say because I don't know. I don't have that experience. Bobby says, I sorted out Crazy Party, so next time you play it, I'll be able to play it. When will that be? You know what? I don't know, but I'm going to say, let's say next week. Saturday is Code 7. And I don't know how long Code 7 is going to run. I don't know if that's going to run over a couple days or like if we'll pick up the marathon like on next week or whatever. So I don't know, but maybe during the week I'll work on doing something. Brian says, I tend to agree with you. I had to, oh God, hold on. Excuse me. I had to go to a blind school my 8th and 9th grade year because the district was not providing me with the services I needed. But it was very hard for me to make friends. You know, I found it easier to make friends. Well, I mean, again, I was mainstreamed. So I'm not going to say, like I said, I got to be careful because I don't want to make statements that I can't back up. But I'm going to say that I found it easy to make friends in a mainstream school. The reason it was easy for me was that my freshman year, somebody on the newspaper staff shadowed me for 2 days and wrote an article about me. And I felt that it broke down the barriers a bit. And I felt that it made people more aware of who I was. And people got to know, reading the article, my interests, my likes. So I had people approaching me and they're like, hey, I read about you in the school newspaper and it's really cool that you're into this. I'm into this too. So I felt that it sort of broke down that barrier where people may have been uncomfortable to approach me before because they didn't know what to say or how to say it. And I felt that that article was a really good, and if I ever find, and I haven't talked to the guy who did it, if I ever run across him, I want to thank him because that made an immeasurable amount of difference in my high school career. Had that not have happened, I think things would have been a lot different for me. And I consider myself blessed to have had that opportunity because there's a lot of people that don't get that. And I really feel like that just did a lot. Coming from somebody that went to blind school, mainstream school, blind school was one of the worst things to ever happen in my life. Yeah, I mean, it can be. And I hear that from some people that it really was bad and they really came out much the worse for wear for it. So I do understand immensely. So if you want to write in something, write in on chat or even on Discord, or if you use the live streams channel in Discord, I will check that. You can also write in on Twitter. I am on Twitter at Liam Irvin. It's LiamErven. Feel free to follow. I'm not really crazy about DMing, so please try not to do that. I can't guarantee I'm going to answer them. I really read an interesting piece, actually, by Mike Pollock, who voices Dr. Eggman in the Sonic cartoons and in the video games. And he wrote a really cool piece on it was a lot about the right to privacy. And it was like, my stage, it was kind of describing like the stage is where you see me work. The green room is where I relax. The audience is where you can interact with me, but my dressing room is my private space. And you would never walk into someone's dressing room and try to solicit them or chat them up or whatever. And so it was a really cool thing on like, listen, don't get into my public, or don't get into my private space. Like, that's my private space. And it was really interesting. And I really would love to directly plagiarize that because I do feel like, with things being, with being somebody that is well known and that is approachable, I think sometimes people go, oh, well, I can just Skype him, or I can just, open an instant messenger conversation with him. And it's just, it's not comfortable, and it's just not something. I think like everyone has that right to privacy, but it's really fascinating. If you ever come across it, it was a cool read. It's like his rules for interacting. Alton Brown has a thing like that as well, but Mike Pollock's is really interesting, and it was such a good read. And it really got me to thinking about, I never stopped to think about the separate spaces that people that act and people that work and that do things like creators have. And, there's a lot of people that believe that you can just get into their private social space and it's like acceptable conduct. So it was really fascinating to read. I'd like to have your luck. Oh, I punched a monkey.
Not _ Jetto _ the _ third donated $5.
Thank you.
Please keep being awesome.
Thank you, Not Jetta. I'd like to have your luck at my school. People approach me but just for bullying me, yeah, that's unfortunate. It's too bad. I mean, it's not something that is good, but yeah, I found that having somebody write an article was very helpful. Lily, what are your thoughts on cacti? I think cacti are really cool. There's a lot of different breeds of them. And they really make cool plants. They're really easy to take care of because you obviously have to keep them watered and stuff, but like living in the desert, they're really hardy and they thrive well. Garrett says, one thing that I learned though, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I think, didn't Kelly Clarkson say that once? Also, I felt like my blind school was really behind where technology was concerned. I was more advanced than a lot of students there. Well, there's a few reasons for that. One of the main reasons is budget. So a blind school only has so much budget from the state to spend on things. And so a lot of times they're not able to get the newest technology. So that's kind of why it's not so much that the teachers are behind. That is part of it, but budget is a really key factor. Do you ever think you'll be at a point with your coding where you'll be making accessibility apps based off what you feel are needed? I don't know. It's a really good question. I don't know. I feel like that, I feel like I've done some things. I've never made anything that's been like a life-changing daily app. I've made games, which I felt were, I feel like they fill the role of having something to play and providing stimulation and entertainment. But I don't know. All I need is that one good idea and the drive to make it. So Mr. Liam, how do you travel independently with Blind Square or with a Victor Trek? I don't know. I haven't traveled in no, that's not true. I traveled in December for work. I don't really use Blind Square. I like Blind Square. I have an issue with my hearing, which we talked about on the stream. So certain things like crossing streets are very hard for me. So I kind of build my traveling around traveling with another person or Ubering it or, finding another way of getting there that does not involve me getting launched out into the middle of traffic. But I don't have a track. I just would not pay that kind of money. John says, final bosses in video games are usually hard, unlike audio games where they were very easy. I don't know. I thought X1 was hard for its time. And I thought there was there was not a lot of moving pieces, but it was something you had to grasp. Once you got it, it was fine. Brian says, I think it helped that I grew up in a small town. I knew almost everybody in public school. So while I got bullied sometimes, it wasn't nearly as bad as it could have been. I grew up in a larger suburb and I found that it all stopped when I got in high school. I found that people were, because in high school, you either sink or swim. So no one had time to bully me because they had life, I was thinking the same thing. Kelly is one of my favorite artists. Yeah, I like Kelly. Kamastu. My mom had a cactus. Every time I touched it, the little needles would stab me and break off in my skin. Like little splinters. It sucked. Well, then don't touch the cactus. I got to get going. My dad's here. All right, Garrett, have a good one. Oh, Steven erased his message. Message retracted. I hear you, man. Have you heard of Fantasy Story 2 yet? No, I haven't even heard of Fantasy Story 1. I'm not even familiar with the first one. So I don't know. So one of my failings is I have a lot of people going, did you hear about this app? Did you hear about this? And if it's an app, I'm not, I use my phone for some stuff, but I'm not all up on my phone. So everyone's crazy about Clubhouse. That's the big thing right now. And I don't know the first thing about it. I was accidentally, although I'm probably that dumb too. Well, if you do it a bunch of times, it's your own fault. If you do it once or twice, I don't know. My mom had a cactus, but it had these straight needles that they weren't the hooks. But I've seen different types of cacti that are, Oh, thank you, Bobby. To answer your question, no, I don't. They should be in your game. I don't know why you can't find them. I have no clue. It'll pop up here in a second. Streamlabs is a little delayed when the super chats and stuff come in. I don't know why it does this. Oh, I think the Troubadour 2 boss is still one of the hardest bosses I've ever fought. I still stand by that today. I don't think I made it to that boss. What was your favorite game to make from Elworks and why? Also, I don't know why Bobby's super chat didn't come in. Oh, there it goes. There it
Kath
goes.
Brown donated £4.99 through Super Chat. I am still trying to get the tutorials for the Veil demo. Do you have them?
Did they break something in the demo? I don't know. I haven't, I never had a problem getting the tutorials. What was your favorite game to make from Elworks and why? Well, I mean, I've talked about Super Liam, which is probably my favorite to make. My second favorite is probably Super Egg Hunt. I think it's a lot of fun. It's a very addicting, easy to play game, and it was just a lot of fun to make. It was just a good time. I mean, it was just fun to make the different modes. It was fun to work with beta testers. It was really fun to just have fun. Sometimes I will watch gameplays on YouTube. I was watching Resident Evil 7, Not a Hero. The final boss is Lucas Baker. He starts out normal, but he mutates, and that's when he sounds very evil. Yeah. I really have not watched any playthroughs of 7. I really need to do that. My attention span is really short. The Steam version does not have tutorials. Oh, really? I didn't know that. All right, thank you, Ivan. I didn't know it didn't have tutorials. Okay. That's good to know, actually, because I did not even know that. It shows you the little that I know. I mean, you know. Lucas, thank you so much. They pop up in chat before they come up on the Streamlabs for some reason. I don't know why it does that. But thank you. It should ring here in a second. Also, I'm still waiting to hear back from Streamlabs on the thing I want to do. But I think you guys are going to like it if I can get it to work. I'm just waiting for them to give me a go or no go. Probably I'm going to get the no go because, they're not going to do it.
Lucas Hosen donated 200 Czech run through Super Chat.
I love it called it Hosenl. It didn't even get close to doing that correctly. I don't even think that was close. By the way, have you figured out if Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is played on the Xbox OCR? I was wondering the same. Oh, I got the game for Christmas. The same thing. I haven't tried it yet. I should pick it up and play it. It might be. I just don't know. The cool thing. I don't know. You know what? I'll look at that maybe tonight or tomorrow. It's $30. I might just buy it and try it and see. So as I mentioned at the top of the program, I bought a new headset. Turns out it was the wrong headset. I bought what I thought was a communications headset for broadcasting. It's actually a headset for what did I say it was for? It's for something. It's for intercoms, which I don't know what they mean by that. I don't know if that's for something else, but it's got a weird XRL 4-pin plug on it. So I had to send that back. So I bought the correct one. It should be here tomorrow. So for Saturday, I'll be using a headset, which may not sound quite as good as this microphone, but it'll be a lot more comfortable for me. I won't have to lean forward. I can kind of sit back. I can kind of get a little more comfortable. I could even do the marathon from my chair, except that, there's a camera, so you have to look at me. Yeah, not even remotely close, but fun though. Just should donate a few more times just to hear the awful thing again. I don't know why it does that. But I thank you so much for being a member. And I see it popped up the little member thing on your message there. And thanks to you guys that are members. Thanks to everyone again who Patreons and donates. Let's see. So if you guys were here Monday, we did Crazy Party. That was a lot of fun. We were originally going to do the Hell Hunter demo again because I don't want to say I got yelled at. That's not fair. But I did kind of get told, like, hey, you didn't give our demo a fair shot. There is more to it. And so I'm going to do it, but I'm waiting for them they're going to update the demo, which is cool because it needs a little something. I mean, it needs a lot of something, but I'm trying to be fair, you know? Is there a version that does have them? Yeah, the version on the website should have it. I tried to post a comment and it didn't post. Really? Where? Because, I mean, I just saw a comment now. Are you talking about, like, somewhere else? So, I'm just kind of flipping around, checking Twitter. Twitter is quiet. Let me check the live streams channel. That is also quiet. Don't forget there is a Discord. And we were just chatting in Discord yesterday about the best places to live and public transportation and stuff like that. What do I think of... if I say its name, it's going to go off. I really love it. When it first came out in 2014, I actually scalped one for Christmas. I really wanted it. So I went and bought one on eBay because I didn't get the invite to buy one. My family thought I was crazy. I told them, I said, listen, I suggest buying stock in Amazon. I think this thing is going to be the future. And I think I'm pretty correct. You're seeing them everywhere. I mean, heck, they just had a Super Bowl ad for it. So, I mean, anything is possible. You know, but I think it's a great thing. You know, it's really nice to be able to get hands-free information. And yeah, I got nothing wrong with it. I'm excited for Lost and Hound to come out, says Maria. Yeah, I am actually. I really like what Brian's doing. It's a really cool game, and I like that it's based on real dogs. You know, and there's a lot of like real stuff in it, which is cool. So that was neat. We did the demo actually. Was it a month or two ago? And I really enjoyed it. There's definitely some work that needs to be done. And me and Brian, you know, we were talking about it and he was tuned in on stream but it's not a bad little game. And I like that it's different. I love things that are different and it really dares to be different. And what I love is anyone can play it. It's very friendly for everybody. And if you love dogs, it's just even greater. What was my first live stream on YouTube? Oh, God, I don't know. Has to have been years ago. When will you have a date set in stone for your live cooking show? You know, Jason, I don't know. I would want to cook downstairs. And I'm not really set up downstairs to cook very well. Only because I have two kitchens in this house. One kitchen is the main kitchen, but there's always people coming through. And I feel like there'd be a lot of interruptions. The second one is not really set up for cooking, although I could bring the things down that I needed and cook. Like my crock pot has a really short cord and I don't know where I'd plug it in. But those are really minor things, so that's not really like, you know, the end of the world. So I don't have a date, but I would love to do a live cooking stream. A lot of people ask me to do it. I'd love to impart some advice for those that are interested in cooking, for those that maybe are afraid of it, you know, that sort of thing. Because a lot of people I talk to are like, well, I'd like to cook, but I'm scared. I don't know how to even start. A lot of people I talk to I'm just scared of burning myself. And that's the big thing I always hear. I'm like, it's all right. It's going to happen. I don't know if it can tell jokes in multiple languages. I'm sure it can. But I mean, again, I only speak English, so I've never switched mine to another language. If I switched it to Spanish, I wouldn't know how to say, tell me a joke. So I really couldn't answer that. Let me just see anything going on here. I'm just kind of curious. I'm just looking at subscriber. So the subscriber numbers are steadily growing. 2,169. Well, yeah, it's moving up. We're getting close to 2,200. I'm really surprised. I never thought. I mean, I guess I always say it. You always hear me say, "Oh, John, I never thought we'd get," but I didn't. I never thought I'd get anywhere close to where I'm at. I never thought that I would do this and it would be interesting enough where people would want to continue. Jason says, "How do you feel about Skyrim on the Echo?" I haven't tried it. Everyone keeps telling me to try it. Is it fun? I mean, is it cool? I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna have to try it. When I go to the website, it just tells me I have to get the demo on Steam. I don't know if there's another demo then. They had a downloadable demo. I wonder if they've moved their demo to Steam just because they're getting ready to release, hopefully this year, once they can get everyone back into a recording studio. Have you ever heard of these candy called Barnett's Mega Sour? They're the world's sourest candy. Never heard of them. I mean, everything that claims to be sour has really not been all that sour. On the one marathon, we tried Toxic Waste, and it was just a waste. I was really disappointed. The only thing it had going for it was where a warhead is sweet. In the center, it's sour again, so you think that you're through the worst of it, and you're not. Oh, they're in the UK. Your own pay. Are you on Clubhouse? Yeah, I mean, I am kind of. I just don't really use it. Honestly, I may uninstall it. It's just not something that has held any interest for me. Mainly because I don't have the attention span to sit and listen to people. And a lot of people are doing webinars and sort of panels and things. I just don't have the attention span, and I wish I did. Because I know one of the things that I would love to do is go on and talk about my experiences as a blind gamer. And I feel like I could reach an audience. I'm not organized enough to do it. But I would be willing to consider it. I got to run to band practice at church. It's been wonderful. See you on the next stream. All right, have a good one. That'd be cool if they released a Resident Evil skill for the Echo. Yeah, I don't know how that, would go, but I mean, as far as games go, I enjoy Starfinder, and I really like what Wanderword is doing a lot. So I'm really hoping that we'll see an update to 63rd or Escape 63rd and Wallace really soon, because the first chapter was a ton of fun. And that was fun to stream, and hopefully we'll have a part 2 to stream. That would be, I'm down with that. But yeah, I have a lot of people that try to get me into Clubhouse, and I can't wrap my head around it. And maybe eventually I will. Maybe it'll be something that I'll be like, all right, this is cool, but I just have not really gotten into it yet. Maybe I will. I don't know. I'll definitely explore the option. Because, you should never say never. So anything is possible. So I don't want to say that I won't. But I certainly can't say that I will either. Let's see. It's very quiet today. So what about you guys? Let's see. What have you guys been into? What's everyone's current pastime or interest? I know for me it's been doing these streams, getting ready for Saturday, watching some sports. The Hawks played last night. What else have I been doing? Had blood drawn today. That was not so fun. It's got some cons, such as only being for iOS, but I've enjoyed my time with it. Yeah, you know that's going to change, though. They'll work on an Android client here. I mean, because it's got like rapid growth, so I suspect that will make it over to Android pretty soon. Cool stream, Liam, but man, I got to run too. I got some cacti to hug. Oh boy, that would be. Be careful. About to have some pizza and Dr. Pepper. Yeah. I got to play the Picking Flowers in the Woods game on Crazy Party, says Bobby. Yeah, it's a fun game. We'll do, like I said, next week we'll do Crazy Party. So, by the way, for March, I got a couple things coming up. So, not that we have a calendar, but things to look forward to. There's going to be a new Hell Hunter demo that I want to play. I want to give that another chance. There's going to be, I would like to spend some time with Sequence Storm, because Sequence Storm is trying to raise money for an expansion pack. So I'd like to give them some love. There's also going to be Blind Drive. That will be March 10th, assuming everything holds up. So I don't know when I'm going to do that. It's a Wednesday. I want to pick a time that's going to be good. It might be an evening America stream. So for you guys that are in Europe, this might be a later at night stream. So I want to apologize about that. But it may be a later. I mean, it's either that or I do it in the morning. I don't know. I have to decide. I haven't really come up with when to do this yet. So, but Blind Drive is like the big thing that's coming. And I'm just dying to play that game. I think you guys are going to have so much fun watching that. I will warn you. And of course, this is, the thing I'll mention. There's definitely some strong language in it. So it's definitely going to be something that I want you guys, if you're younger, either get a parent's permission or just kind of, don't tune in for that, because I don't want to get in trouble because you heard naughty words. We try to keep these streams family friendly, but not every game, unfortunately, is family friendly. There are some games that have dirty words, and hey, listen, that's the way it goes. What is my favorite Pokemon themes? I'm going to really let you down. I'm not a big Pokemon fan. I like Pokemon, but I'm not so familiar with the series where I can be like, oh my God, I love Route, 22 in Pokemon Red or whatever. So I don't really know. I mean, there's some stuff that I like. I think Eterna City in Gen 4 has a theme I like. I think it's Eterna. Nimbasa in Red is kind of cool. There's a few things, but my knowledge of the games are very limited. So yeah, I can't, but I would say those are the ones that I like. I think, no, Gen 3 doesn't really have anything that grabbed me. 1 and 2 are okay. Steven says, I've been listening to audiobooks and playing several rounds of Crazy Party. Just ate a pulled pork barbecue sandwich. Excuse me. And green beans. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Starfinder is amazing, says Bobby. Yeah, Starfinder is good. I like the game Simon on Crazy Party. I am not into Simon. I don't have good memory anymore. I play Adderon. I'm not really familiar with that, Maria. I don't know what that is. I would like to see the Battle Quest work again in Crazy Party. Also, it would be cool if there was a board creator. Yeah, I would agree with that. I'd like some more boards. The boards were really cool. I actually really like the concept. I would like to see that expanded. I've been reading a book series called The Inheritance Cycle and playing games on my PC. Nice. Oh, favorite Power Ranger. White Ranger is my favorite. I was the White Ranger for Halloween one year. I don't have pictures, sorry. But but I was the only White Ranger because he came out in the middle of October and no one had time to make costumes, but my mom made me a White Ranger costume. I believe it was 4th grade. It was really cool. Oh, it's my birthday on the 3rd of March. Well, happy birthday. Maybe we'll do a crazy party that day. I, again, can't guarantee anything. I don't like to guarantee stuff that far out. Because sometimes I have things that I have to do that come up that I have to work on. But if I can do it, I'll do it. If not, well, you guys know how it is. I mean, I got to do what I got to do. We have to do what works because, again, I do stuff around the house and I've got other responsibilities to other people and yeah, you know how it is. So just checking. I wouldn't mind the Green Ranger since green is my favorite color. Well, that's also Tommy Oliver. So, I mean, there is that. George says I got 20 on Simon. Yeah, I can't really, I'm not good enough with that. Do you have Bop Its? I used to a long time ago. I'm so uncoordinated. I can't do the Bop It anymore. I always get confused and like I freeze up. Oh jeez. Peach Girl says, do you prefer dad or daddy? I prefer neither. Thank you. I just prefer Liam. See, I promised you I'd read your questions, but I didn't, you know. So I'm just looking, just checking really quick, seeing if there's. So I'm working on a thing with, I don't want to say I'm working with Streamlabs because that would make it sound like we have a partnership going. I'm trying to get something done. There's something I'd like done for the channel that involves super chats. And it involves the reading of super chats, but I need them to do something in order to make what I want happen. And I don't want to say what it is because I don't want to jinx it. And I want to tell you what it is because then you guys are going to be like, yeah, do it, Liam, do it. And then I'll be like, but I can't. And you'll be like, do it anyways. And I'll be like, but I can't. Peach Girl says, love you, Lily. Well, that's all right. It's all right, Peach Girl. Also, you spelled prefer wrong. You said prefer. You said prefer, but it's prefer. So, haha, I'm correcting your spelling. But yeah, there is something I want to do with that. Also, coming up in May is my birthday, and I think it's on a Tuesday. So I thought about maybe doing a birthday stream. So maybe if you guys want to hang around for my birthday, we can have a birthday stream. Let me see. I'm just looking at my calendar. I just want to see what day it is. Yeah, it's a Tuesday. Tuesday, May 4th. So it'll be my birthday. I will be 36, and maybe we'll do something. So when we get closer to Liam's birthday, we'll figure out something. Maybe you can all buy me cake or something. I don't know. I want cake. Cake would be good. But I'm just trying to think if there's anything else going on that's really exciting. It's been a very, it's been one of those weeks where there's not a lot been going on. It's been very slow. I just got the headset, which, like I said, I got the wrong one, which as disappointing as that was, I'm still glad that I got one of the parts that I needed, which was a splitter, which is such a simple thing, but it's huge for me. It lets me hook up 2 pairs of headphones. So I have my studio headphones, and then I have my sleep phones, which I adore sleep phones, and I really could just ramble on about them for hours. But they're a flat headband that you put around your head. They have speakers on the sides, and they're flat speakers so they can rest against your ears, and you can plug them into whatever you want, your computer or a phone or whatever. And they actually make Bluetooth ones too. So you can just listen to audio while you're in bed. And I enjoy them because they're very comfortable to wear, and they're a small company, and they're really cool people. I actually am an affiliate. I haven't sold much of anything. I'm surprised I'm still an affiliate. But I am an affiliate. So if you're like, wow, sleep phone sounds really cool, get in touch and I'll give you an affiliate link. You can buy some and help me out, and I can help you get a good night's sleep. But I'm a huge fan of the sleep phones. They're really nice if you share close proximity with somebody else and you need sound to fall asleep. That way that person can sleep in silence and you can sleep with bird noises or whatever you want to listen to. We'll get pizza on that day. Oh, Maria's going to get pizza for my birthday. Well, that's cool. I mean, I want pizza, but listen, if you get pizza and you enjoy the pizza, that's what I care about. What I would love is a donut from Round Rock Donuts on my birthday, but I'm not going to be in Austin, so that's not happening. George says, do you have any pets? I used to. I used to have guinea pigs, and I don't know how much they got mentioned on the stream, but I used to have Barack and Michelle. They were two sisters, and Barack passed away in 2016, and then Michelle passed away last year, actually the day before my birthday, May 3rd, 2020. May have actually been May 2nd. We're not sure on the exact time that she passed away, but I found her on May 3rd, so I think I just say May 3rd because, again, I'm not really sure. But you know, I've had some dogs, we've had some cats, I've had the guinea pigs. Those were my babies. I don't have anything right now. May eventually get something. I thought about getting a cat, but right now I don't know. You know, with COVID and everything, it's like I don't want to like upset the apple cart and change my routine around right now because we're still not back to a sort of like level of normality that we want to be at right now. Austin says, considering your birthday is on May 4th, are you automatically a huge Star Wars fan? I'm a pretty big Star Wars fan. I'm not the biggest of Star Wars fans, but I do like Star Wars. I'll never turn down watching it. So I would say, I wouldn't say automatically. Do you like any huge fantasy book series like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter? Lord of the Rings I enjoyed. I'm not goo-goo over it. I did enjoy Harry Potter. Harry Potter kind of lost me by the 5th book. I read through it. I definitely did do the whole series. But after the 4th book, I kind of lost interest in it. The 4th book was like the high point for me. And then it was just, but they were good. I enjoyed them. I have nothing against them. They were fun. So, definitely no shame there. Steven says, what was your favorite live stream on YouTube? Oh, that's a really good question. I don't know. Also, really quick, I'm just sending a tweet. I'm just going to send another I'm live tweet. So just a quick sec, and I'll try to answer that for you. What is my favorite? Oh, see, there's a few live streams I've really thoroughly enjoyed. The marathons have always been a lot of fun. I mean, those are really the ones that I have enjoyed. The one I think, though, that I really, really, really loved was doing a Hero's Call. It kind of catapulted me into doing these streams more. It was really neat to have like Nathan Wales show up. And that's where we got the Rogar thing from. He just decided to, record that. We have that. And then we have this other one, which I don't use because, I'm not really playing a Hero's Call. But let me see where it is because where is it? There it is. Here it is. I love this thing still. And I wish I'd use it more.
Liam, you rascal. Thanks for answering a hero's call.
So, I mean, kind of wish that if I do Heroes Call again, I will definitely use that because that was really cool. But of course, as you guys know, my favorite is still
Ruga likes Liam's live streams. They aren't bad, coming from a surface dweller. You maggot.
still one of my favorites. Have I ever thought about setting up a coffee account for donations outside of streams? Yeah, I did. And I would still, I'm not opposed to doing that. It's like I've got Patreon, I've got this. I always felt like one of those coffee ones would be setting myself a little thin, but I'm not opposed to doing that. I may actually still consider doing it. Actually, Jed, I'm glad you brought that up because I always think about it and I'm like, no, but yeah, maybe I should. Christopher Abel says, what are your top 3 computer games? I just bought a computer and want to know what you enjoy. So, I mean, top 3 computer games. You guys know I always rave about Escape Beat. I like the Heroes Call. BK3 was another really good game. Like Sequence Storm, I also love. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I really like, that really grabs me. Blind Drive, when it comes out, is going to be on that list. It's really going to be on that list. That'll be a couple weeks, and I cannot wait. I might as well send a letter to Round Rock Donuts to hook you up with some free birthday donuts. Yeah, Maria, I don't know if they'll deliver here, though. It's kind of a long way, but if I ever get back to Austin, I'm going there. I'm heading down to Round Rock Donuts because everyone raves about them. You also told me there was that one candy place I had to try. Liam, what are your thoughts on mac and cheese pull-aparts? What are those? Is that like a thing I can buy? I got to Google this. Hold on. What is pull-apart? Or is that like, do you make them? What is that? I think I need that in my life. Pika says cats are adorable. Oh my God, I'm so behind on chats. I'm sorry. My favorite live streams are the ones where you played Beep, LOL. What is my sleep phone's link? Heidi, hold on. Let me, can you drop me a message after the stream, if you don't mind? Whether it's Twitter or an email, send me an email or tweet me or something. My DMs are open. Not that I'm really endorsing you guys DMing me. But drop me a message and I will get you the link. Anybody else that's interested in buying sleep phones, let me know because I actually get 10% of every sale. So that would be really helpful. Plus you get a good night's sleep. And I cannot rave about these things enough. They're a thin cloth headband. They are very comfortable. They make a Bluetooth model. They make a wired model. I really, really adore them. I can't say enough about them. There's actually a picture on their Instagram. You'd have to dig for it. But they wanted action shots of people with disabilities using their products. So there's actually a picture of me like laying, I think I'm on my back actually. And I have their sheep. They have a stuffed sheep that they sell. I think they still sell them. And I'm holding him. You can see his little collar that says sleep phones on it. And I'm wearing sleep phones and it's a ridiculous picture. But it was really fun. And I was glad that I did it. Bobby says, have you ever read The Inheritance Cycle? No, I have not. Maybe I'll have to check it out. I have a bag of mac and cheese bites. They're like mini Cheetos. I don't know about pull-aparts, though. I'm assuming it's a recipe. But I want to know more. I am really curious. I mean, this definitely has my interest. But yeah, if any of you guys are interested in sleep phones, I really recommend them. I've had a very long relationship with the company. Like we've always yapped back and forth. They usually, if there's something going on that's blindness or disability related, they'll like email me and be like, hey, did you hear about this? Or, hey, what about that? So I usually hear from them occasionally, and I'm one of the affiliates. So selling stuff is kind of cool. But I'm really big on, I always tell people they were a really big life changer for me. I spent time in the hospital in 2007, and after that, I couldn't fall asleep with no noise. So like, it is like when I was dating, when me and my ex were together, she was one of these people where she couldn't sleep with noise on, and I had to have sound. I get really anxious if I don't have sound. So I ended up getting, the sleep phones and wearing them, and she could sleep good. I could sleep good. Everything was good. And I just found that it helped me sleep better, feeling more comfortable and having noise. And they're comfortable. The thing that I always tell people is they don't sound amazing. You're not buying them for sound quality. You're buying them just to have sound so that when you curl up and go to sleep, you can have whatever you want to listen to on, and it will help you. Oh, geez. Christopher Abel, would you rather have to play Blind Quest for 8 hours straight or chug 5 gallons of hot sauce? Ooh, oh man. Oh man. I don't even know. Let me get to Jason's message. Does Trump touch puppies? Well, he probably pets them. I think everyone pets puppies. I think everyone loves puppies. Even people that like kittens better they still love puppies. But I don't know, man. I mean, look, drinking the hot sauce is going to go faster. I don't think I could drink 5 gallons at once though, because my stomach's not going to hold 5 gallons. Also the after effects of all that hot sauce is not good either. But man, 8 hours straight of Blind Quest. That would be brutal. I don't know what's worse. I don't know. I like these would you rather questions though. Keep these coming. I like these. But yeah, oh man, that's brutal. I'm thinking right now and it hurts. I don't know. Both are cringy. You know what I mean? Like both are not a good time. So I don't know. What would I rather do? I'd rather do neither. I'm probably going to have to go for the hot sauce, honestly. I'm going to hate it, but I would probably do it. I think it would be preferred. Speaking of hot stuff, do you guys remember when I did the jerky? That was bad. And then last year I did the hot sauce cups for you guys, and that was also brutal. That's not going to happen this year. I'm already going to tell you that. I was very sick the next day. I was really glad that I had Pepto-Bismol because, oh my God, I was in bad shape. I have to have sound down when I'm sleeping too. I turn on 2 fans. Plus, I pair my trumpet speaker to my computer and play some podcast or show automation. If you could learn any language, what would it be? Oh, Heidi, that's a really good question. Probably Spanish, because Spanish is very prevalently spoken here. It would help my career prospects. People that are multilingual really have a step up. I feel like it would just be good to know. I speak a little bit of it, but I don't speak enough where I could like actually converse. And I learned more of it and I forgot most of it. Shame on me. I should really learn it and get fluent in it, or at least more fluent, because it definitely would be a good language to know. I guess Japanese would be cool, because then I could watch a lot of anime and know what they're saying. But really Spanish, I feel like would be the best overall language to know. like I said, just because everyone speaks it and knowing it opens up your job prospects. Remember the coffee in a bucket skit? Yeah, I do. That thing is really cringy. I think that thing is horrible. Oof. People like it, and I don't understand why. But that's okay. Hey, listen, there's no accounting for taste. Sent you a thing on Discord. I'll let you decide if you want to answer that there. All right, hold on, I'll check. Let's see. Kayla sent me a thing. Oh, what is my thought on this? Oh, yeah. That's a really good... Okay, so Kayla sent me the link to the story about how a Illinois... Is he a state rep? Chicago lawmaker proposes bill to ban all violent video games. And mainly it's due to the rise in carjackings. And he cited, because I heard about this, he cited Grand Theft Auto as a reason for them. I think it's silly. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I understand how people try to correlate the rise in violence to video games, but listen, a lot of it comes down to parenting. When I was younger and I would watch something that was way too old for my age group, my mom would sit me down and go, listen, you can watch this, but we're going to discuss it afterwards. And, I think I came out fine. I still play violent video games. I don't want to steal a car. I don't want to kill anybody. I've never stolen a car. I've never killed anybody. So I don't think, I don't believe that, the video games make people want to do bad things. I think they were going to do it regardless. I mean, honestly, I feel like if anything, the video game lets you get it out of your system. I have such a hard time with this concept that, all right, I got a few questions here. But let me finish the statement and let me get to these questions. I just think it's silly. I really do. I think it's not going to fly. There's no way. There's way too much money in the industry. And it's there's a lot of people that believe that we're not able to help ourselves. And I think that's silly. I think it's bad. And there's no way. It's not going to happen. You can't just ban that sort of thing on that sort of level. It's not going to work. This is why we have the ESRB. This is why we have the ratings board. We have these things so we can say, listen, this is a violent game. And it helps people make more informed decisions. But, to tell people that, well, you can't be trusted to play these things, so we're going to axe them it's ludicrous. It's not going to happen. I mean, again, cool to introduce the bill. It's ridiculous. I don't see it going anywhere. I just don't. But I do agree that there are problems. The number of carjackings is high. The number of violent crimes are high, but I don't think video games are what causes that. And so I think to kind of use them as a scapegoat is ridiculous. Timothy Wynn says, if you are a reader, which I am, do you enjoy books and audio, braille, or text to speech? It really depends where I got my book from. I do a lot of text to speech just because I get a lot of things on Bookshare. Audio is good, although I like to rapidly ingest a book, and audio is kind of slow. But if it's something that I'm interested in and it's read by somebody that I like Ray Porter or Scott Brick, then I'm definitely all in. Braille, no. I have nothing against Braille, but I just don't want to put my hands on something and try to ingest a book that way for, that sort of thing. But I have nothing against it. It just doesn't work for me. Jason Work, with more companies making accessibility friendly app launchers for their games. Oh, like Blizzard. Oh yeah. Do you think their future game releases will be more accessibility friendly? Yeah, I think so. For those that aren't aware, Blizzard just did an overhaul to Battle.net, which is their launcher. So it's like, the Epic, they have the Epic game launchers. They've got Steam, and Blizzard has their own thing. And they recently added screen reader accessibility to it. And I was really glad. I was glad to see that. I thought that was a really good touch. Saying that, I can't get mine to work for some reason, but that's a whole different kettle of fish. Do I think that will translate into more accessibility? Yes. Do I think that will translate into blind accessibility? Maybe. I think it's going to be down the road. We're a very, 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 very small minority. If you put a few more varies in there, it might be more accurate. But I do think that we are going to see it, but I don't think we're going to see it tomorrow. They are listening. I've spoken to some people. They know that we play games. They know that we're interested. But because we are a smaller subset, we just don't have the same leverage that people that are colorblind do, or people that need, contrast or large print. And I'm not saying that's less or more important. It's just when you prioritize, you have to prioritize based on the number of people that are playing your game. And so if 1,000 people need something and 5 people need something, well, the 1,000 people are going to win out because that's 1,000 more sales versus 5 more sales. That being said, though, obviously a lot more companies know that we exist. Look at Naughty Dog with, Last of Us 2. Look at EA with Madden. And I know this year was kind of disappointing, but look at what they've done in the last few years. They've been pushing it forward. Like I said, this year was bad, but this year is understandable because, as somebody said on the last stream, this is like a gap year. You've got the new consoles coming out, and you've got COVID. And so, with the new consoles coming out, you have to deal with all these software upgrades to the existing engines. And so a lot of the focus has been on just getting these games ready for the next generation. So yeah, I do. I think we are, 2 years out. I really do. I've kind of said I thought 2022 might be a landmark year. I still think it might. I think in 10 years from now, when we come back, we're going to have a lot more to play. We're going to have a lot more things to do. I think we're going to see a lot more stuff than we saw. Blindy Bear says, even movies is not just video games. It's really stupid. Yeah, it's, I think if you just blame one sort of form of media, I think it's kind of ridiculous. And again, it's, it's this whole thing of, instead of fixing the problem, let's find someone to blame. Instead of actually saying we have a problem and like actually finding a solution, we're saying, well, we have a problem, so it must be Rockstar's fault. I studied Spanish in high school because it was required for college-bound students. I passed the class but forgot nearly all of it. My second attempt at college, I chose French over Spanish. Yeah, see, I wouldn't have done that only because I just feel like it's such a good thing to know, but I can understand wanting a fresh language. So that, I'm totally down with that. So I don't know, No shame there. No shame. I completely feel that on a deep level because I when I took Spanish, I wanted to take anything else but Spanish. And I really regret not focusing on it like I should have. How do I feel about HP buying companies like video game peripheral suppliers? And hold on, let me read this again. How do you feel about companies like HP buying gaming peripheral suppliers? And do you think it will affect the PC gaming market? I don't know. I don't know how it'll affect the market. It could affect the market. I don't know who HP bought, so my apologies. I just haven't been keeping up. But I mean, it's interesting when a company goes, "Wow, you're doing really well. We want to buy you." Obviously, whatever they're doing is working because HP wants them. I mean, who knows what it'll... I mean, at the end of the day, you don't know what it'll do. You don't know if the prices will go up or if they'll go down, if the build quality will go up or down. It's hard to say. I mean, I feel like sometimes companies buy other companies, not so much to change them, but more just to like diversify their portfolio. So it's hard to say. If there comes a day when we have a lot more mainstream games to play, do you think that audio games will be able to maintain their popularity or eventually disappear? Yeah, I think there will always be audio games because let's face it, not everyone's going to have a computer that can run these mainstream games. Not everyone's going to own a console that can play these mainstream games. There will always be a market. There's going to always be people that want, specialized games. I don't think that will ever change. I think what is changing are the number of people that are making games. I think less people are wanting to do it now. And so, but that has nothing to do with mainstream games. That just has to deal with people are realizing that it's not a winning proposition to make audio games. It's not a career path. You can't make a living on it. But that has nothing to do with mainstream games and everything to do with just logic in real life. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it'll hurt the audio game market necessarily. I mean, it will certainly, it won't hurt the gaming market because people will have more games to play, and I don't think that that's a bad thing necessarily. I think the more games you have, the more gooder things are. So no, I don't think it's a bad thing. But I don't know. I mean, if you had asked me 15 years ago, do you think audio games will be in a decline? I would have told you no, but a lot of developers, I mean, me included, when we started making the games, we thought there was this whole untapped market. We thought, gee, we could make these games and make a handful. But what we're finding is, well, no, we can't because we can't sell our games at a price point to sustain. So, let's say I sold a game. I'm going to use some flat numbers just because I like flat numbers. Let's say I sold a game at $15 a pop. And let's say I saturated the market by selling 2,000 games. I would make $30,000. Now that sounds pretty good, right? I mean, it doesn't sound bad. But when you stop to think that, okay, that's before taxes, that's before paying paying the people that need to be paid. That's before, considering that, someone has to live on that money. That's a lot less money. Now, if you can continuously create a game every month and you can always sell a $15 game to 2,000 people, sure, that's great. But the problem with business is that if you want to make a living, you have to do a couple things. One of which is that you have to be able to, meet that sort of you have to get money. So it's all based on supply and demand. So JAWS, a lot of people complain that JAWS for Windows is very expensive. But what we don't think about is, they have to pay their employees. They have to rent their office space. They have to pay all their office costs. They have a lot to pay. Plus, they got to pay salaries. So when you're only selling a product, a niche product, to a small clientele, that product has to be marked up. So realistically, an audio game, really, if you're going to bank and really just continue to do it, the game has to be 40, 50, 60 bucks. And let's be honest, in this market and in this climate, it'll never happen. Yeah, if Troopinum 2 became something like Troopinum 3D, Lord Vector would be a very tough final boss. Now, another thing that you have to do as a business owner is you have to be able to make a business plan and be able to say, all right, every month I will make X amount. When you're making games, you don't really have overhead costs per month. You might have server hosting. You may have equipment, but you don't have office space. You don't have these things. But it's very hard to be able to have projected earnings because it can vary widely. I mean, if you release a game and you take 8 months to make another game, that's 8 months that you're kind of living off the proceeds of your previous game. And eventually you're going to saturate the market and people are going to stop buying your game. Super Egg Hunt, for example, sold relatively well. I don't have an exact figure, but I've saturated the market. It's not going to sell much more. Occasionally there's an order, but it's saturated the market. It's the same thing with anything else I've released. It's just eventually you've filled that market. Like everybody that's going to buy it is going to buy it. There might be more people that you can tell about it that might buy it, but at the end of the day, whoever buys it, and that's it. So it's kind of a losing proposition unless all you do is sit at a desk 8 hours a day and write game after game after game. But the problem is that you still have life to live. You still have to pay your rent. You still have to buy food. In that entire time while you're still working on a game and hoping that you'll get it done and sell it. And that's why you're seeing a lot of developers just stopped. I mean, this is why GMA doesn't do it, I think, much anymore. BSC went under because what people found was, well, gee, I could be making these games or I could have a real job making a paycheck 5 days a week. And I know that I've got that guaranteed paycheck every week. I know that, when that pay packet comes, I will have this amount of money. And when you're doing a business, especially software development, you don't know what you're going to have. Unless, of course, you're doing a subscription model. And then you kind of have an idea of, oh, well, okay, I have 1,000 subscriptions at $3 a month. I'm going to get $3,000. I should have that every month. But depending on what the subscription is, I still have to produce new and engaging content for my people. Otherwise, they'll leave. It's crazy. So, again, I mean, going back, I don't feel like mainstream gaming has a real correlation on the audio gaming market as a whole. I still think there's enough people that would buy games. I don't think it would hurt things. I don't think it would matter. I really don't. I don't think that would affect it. I would be shocked if it did. All it would really do, honestly, if there were more games, is it would get more people to buy consoles, which would be the best thing ever. If we could get more blind people to buy consoles and play games, we could get more games, because then we could be like, look, guys, blind people are buying these consoles. You should really work on accessibility. Here's the numbers to prove it. That would be, oh my God, that would be so ideal. That would be lovely. Mark Miller says, how have you been lately? I've been okay, Mark. I can't complain. Any day you wake up in the morning is a good day. So I can't complain. I'm pretty healthy. I still have to go for blood work every few months. But I'm healthy. I'm not sick. I'm very fortunate in that I don't have COVID. And my thoughts and prayers to anyone who has gotten COVID. It is brutal. Some people are not touched by it at all. Other people die from it. So my complete thoughts and prayers go to anybody that has it. It is a rough thing to deal with. But I'm very fortunate. You know, I mean, life is good. It's not great, but it's not horrible. And so I can't really complain. I mean, there's the little things I could probably complain about, but why? I mean, things are okay. You know, I'm content. I feel like I'm in a good place emotionally. I feel like I'm very emotionally stable. You know, I mean, I got all you guys. You're hanging out with me, and I appreciate that. I'm glad that everyone kind of came in and is hanging out, and I'm glad to know that, listen, I can come play games or I can come chat like tonight, and people will still come hang around and yap at me, and I think that's great. I would say, honestly, it is such a great mental booster to know that I can come play a game, just a stupid game, and like people will come hang out. And yeah, you guys are reacting via chat and whatever, but it's still cool. It's you know, I think everyone wins. I win by entertaining you guys. You win by having something to entertain you. And I hope that I'm not boring you to death, and I hope that I am doing stuff that you enjoy. And I mean, at the end of the day, I just want to make your day brighter, and I want you to have fun. And that's why a lot of people give me flack about one of the things that I always hear is, well, Liam, how come your streams are so family friendly? It's like, why aren't you getting out there and being saucy? What happened to Liam After Dark? And I always have to explain to people that, listen, you know, being edgy is fun, you know, but at the end of the day, I think everybody needs a safe place where they can go and play games, and we can all just, you know, especially in these times, that regardless of your age, regardless of your gender, regardless of where you live, regardless of anything, your skin color, you should have a place where you can go and you and other like-minded people can do something that you love. And if I can provide that for people, I think that's really wonderful. You know, and I try to make everyone welcome as much as I can. We have people that tune in that are 11. We have people that tune in that are maybe 111. I don't know about that, but, you know, we have people of all ages. We have people that are, you know, male, female, non-binary, what have you. We have, you know, people that are white, black, brown, yellow, purple, orange, chartreuse. And it doesn't matter, because listen, at the end of the day, we're all here to play games. We're all here to talk about games. We're all here to talk about what binds us together as you know, as a world. I mean, I think that regardless of whatever your political affiliation is, whatever you believe, whatever you don't believe, we all love to play games. We all love to have fun. And some of us are good at it. Some of us are bad at it. Some of us like certain games. Some of us don't like certain games. But we all like games. And I feel like that we need more of that in this world. I feel like everybody just needs a place where they can go and just hang out.
Lucas Hosnell donated 200 Czech to run
Oh my God,
through
Lucas,
Super Chat. You know, audio games like Sod used to cost like $30 to $35 and not as many people complained. Also, if you had all the resources you needed, what would be the perfect audio game you'd like to make?
Ooh, that's a good question. Hold on, Lucas. Let me get to that. Yeah, audio games like Shades of Doom used to cost $30, $35. No one seemed to complain. Also, if you had all the resources you needed, what would be the perfect audio game you'd like to make? So let me get to the first point of that, which is audio games used to cost $30, $35. You know, if we were to take inflation, you guys, like an audio game should cost $50, $60. I mean, the prices are coming down and not up, which they really should be, but you know, they're not. Greg says, what the crispy crud did I walk into? Well, Greg, You came and ruined the stream. We were having such a fun time. No, I'm kidding. Also, if you had all the resources you needed, what would be the perfect audio game you'd like to make? I want to make Super Liam 2. I really do. I want to make it. There's so many different directions I wanted to take the game in. I want to make it. I think it would be so much fun. I think that would be really great. I mean, there's so many games I'd love to make. Like, there's so many ideas I've had. Like, I want to make like a farming sim, like a Stardew Valley. I want to make something we can all play together. But really my dream game, if I had the resources, if I had the time, if I could get some voice talent, I'd love to do a full-on Super Liam 2. And I'd love to make it really good. I think that would be so neat. Now, that's just me. I don't know. I can only just tell you based on what I would like to make. But it's just me. Also, Greg, thanks for being here. I haven't seen you in quite a long time. I hope you are doing well, sir. I hope life is treating you well. But yeah, that's what I would like. I mean, that would be my preferred game, and I won't say that it's off the table, but because the anniversary of Super Liam is coming up in I think 3 years. So, I mean, wouldn't it be cool if in that time I could make a sequel? I mean, that'd be great. I'd love to do that. So, Greg, what I think you walked into was me saying that I take some heat for not being edgy, for not being like Liam After Dark, which is what some people want. And I know some other people do that, and that, hey, listen, it works for them, and I'm totally cool with that. And I have nothing but respect for that because everybody has to find their niche. I find that my niche is trying to do something that everyone can enjoy regardless of your age, social status, gender, whatever. I want people to come and have a good time, and I want them to feel welcome, and I want them to feel like they belong. Oh, it is, and thank you. Don't worry, I lurk. Uh-oh. Greg's a lurking. Watch out. So, yeah, what's going on tonight, Greg, is I'm doing an Ask Me Anything. It's been a little sparse tonight, but that's okay. We had some really good questions. We had some, not so good questions. Peach Girl, I'm looking at you. No, it's all good. But we had a good time, and I think it was pretty fun. So, again, I do want to point out that if sleep phones are something that interests you, I will dig out my affiliate link and I will post that. There was something I was supposed to do after the stream was over, and I don't remember what it was. But there was something I wanted to look at today. Maybe, no, it might have been something else. But there was something I wanted to check out. I wanted to work on. Lucas says, oh yeah, the Super Liam, see what audio games have learned over the last 20 years edition would be so cool. I'm sure there's still hope. I mean, there's a lot of really cool things we could do. I've already gotten permission from Yukio to steal from BK3. I already asked him, I said, listen, you did a lot of really cool stuff. I like some of the things you did. Can I steal them? He goes, yeah, go right ahead. He said Super Liam was the inspiration for me to make these in the first place. So, I appreciate that. And that, means a lot to me, more than I can ever say. It's really, it means something when you inspire somebody to do something, and especially when they do it better than you could have ever imagined. And the BK games do that. He did stuff that I would have never even dreamed of, and I love it. But there's a lot I've learned, and there's a lot that I'd love to do. There's a lot of fun humor. There's a lot of hidden things. I'd love to annoy you guys with more things that don't do anything, that are red herrings, like the spacebar and Great Toy Robbery. That's my favorite red herring so far. I love how everybody thinks it does something and it doesn't, or does it? Peach Girl says, you know you love me. I do love you, Peach Girl. Look, as someone who can be a bit on the loud side myself, I can tell you that sometimes safe spaces like this are lovely things. You do you, man. I know, I agree. Like, and look, I can be on the loud side too. I think people that know me know that I can be the most twisted, inappropriate individual. I mean, I don't think half of y'all don't know. And let's just keep it that way. I can say some really, really heinous things, and I don't mean any of them, but I can be, well, just ask Peach Girl and company. I mean, the stuff that comes out of my mouth is just, oh God. But I do like having a safe space. Like, I'm going to give you an example. So, a while back, we had someone trolling the channel, and you probably remember it was during the Crazy Party incident, and they had made the comment, because I had pointed out that I wanted to keep things family friendly, because sometimes my cousin, who is younger, he was like 10 or 11, would tune in. And they made the comment, well, people that are young shouldn't be tuning in. And it's like, listen, that's not your decision to make. You know whose decision that is? That's my decision, and that's their decision and their parents' decision. That is not for you to say. That is for me to say. So, I think anybody that thinks that they can sort of, tell me how I should run what I do should run their own thing. And to tell me that, oh, well, they're only 11, they shouldn't tune in. Listen, one of our biggest contributors that's been writing in a lot is younger. Okay? That's just the way it is, guys. You're going to have people from all walks of life tuning in. And because of that, I want a space where if mommy or daddy tune in, they're not like, oh my God, why is Frankie tuned into this? I want them to have a space where it's okay. Now, at the same time, I don't want to change what I do. So you'll hear me comment on things and say, listen, this game has got some stuff that's questionable, Listen, that's what I got to do. I got to give people warnings. You'll notice that I rarely curse on stream. It's every now and then something will slip out. You'll notice that I use very little innuendo. There's many times I've wanted to. I've been guilty of it a couple times. The Crazy Party, the Princess's Lady Garden is always a very one that always slips out of my mouth. But listen, I mean, that's what we do. Everyone has to have their niche. And my niche is providing content to the broadest user base that I can. Because the more people that tune in, that's the more people that are subscribed, that are watching, that are interacting, that are donating, that are sharing. And this is a very small market, you guys. Like, so if you fracture it by making something that only appeals to a small group of people, then you're really pigeonholing yourself. And why would you pigeonhole yourself in a very small market to begin with? It's why I made Super Egg Hunt. I wanted to make a game that it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how young you are. It doesn't matter how good you are or bad you are at games. You can pick up the game and in 5-10 minutes, you can play it and have fun. In 2005, I brought the original Super Egg Hunt. I brought it to Salt Lake City. And I was talking to one of the parents, and he goes, yeah, my son is blind and he's kind of autistic. So he's on the spectrum. He has, there's not a lot that keeps his attention. And I said, well, what the heck? Let's give him this game. Let's put a little pair of headphones on him and let's have him try it. And within 2 minutes, man, that kid picked up that game and he loved it. And the dad told me, he said, I have never seen him focused on something like this. It's amazing. And and that's, people don't think about this because we're so lost in let's make something that is complex and crazy and has all these bells and whistles. But guys, the games that do the best, the games that draw the most players are casual games. Everybody wants a game they can pick up and play. My mom, who is like technophobic, does not like phones, does not like computers. her favorite game on her phone is Peggle. And it's literally just a pachinko machine. You drop the ball, it bounces down, it clears out pegs, and it lands in a basket. Oh, Greg, let me get to this question. Hold on, sorry. I see I'm a little, no, I'm not too far behind. Yeah, so that's why I'm such a huge proponent of making stuff everyone can play. It's why I'm a huge proponent of doing things everyone can enjoy. Yeah, it's very true that those that know me know that I did a podcast that was definitely not family friendly. I make no apologies for that because it was my space to say what I wanted and do what I wanted. I've opted to stop doing that for a number of reasons, mainly just because of the social climate we live in. Also, I did a thing a couple months ago. I filmed a commercial, which I mean, I can tell you that. I mean, you guys, I know I've said that. I filmed a commercial and I just didn't want that coming back to bite me. I was working with professionals. I was dealing with, important people. And it was something that I was like, listen, this is not a good look, And so I've kind of had to make some changes to things that I do. And I'm okay with that because, I got to think about my future and I got to think about what I want to do. Also, for those that are wondering, I don't know if the commercial is going to air. It may not. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. I'm still under contract for 2 years, so I can't really talk about it. When the contract's up, I love to talk to you all about it. Greg says, quick question, since we can ask you anything. Do you still eat chips? And if so, what's your favorite flavor? I really like kettle chips. So I like the cheddar kettle chips. I really like the seasoned ones, like the olive oil ones are pretty good. The barbecue ones are okay. I've been trying to eat a lot less chips though. I mean, I guess if I'm going to eat something, I might have a little popcorn, stuff like that. Or those veggie straws are pretty good. Yeah, Brian says, look, if people don't like it, go create your own channel. Then you can do whatever you want. But what people do on their channels is their choice, not yours. Well, that's true. And I have taken a little heat from people that are like, oh, you're too soft and you're not edgy. And listen, man, I mean, you do you. And they are doing them and they're doing really well. And I'm happy for them. They found their market and I think it's great. It just doesn't work for me. It's just not something I want to do. So I'm just checking the tweeter really quick. Tweeter is quiet. There's no tweetings. Let's check Discord. Discord is very quiet. Don't forget there is a Discord server. lirvin.me/chat. You can join the Discord server. Wow. 3 people joined the server in a really short amount of time. So that's really cool. Thanks guys for being here. I like how, Danny hopped into the server. We just got the boring good to see you, Jetta. Sleep just slid into the server. Sleep, you hear that? You're sliding. So, yeah. So no, I mean, that's, I always go off on that. It's just, for me, it's I like to do something that we can all enjoy. And I really did not become too cognizant of that until my cousin said, oh, your little cousin, so my little cousin, I guess he'd be my cousin-in-law. I don't know what he would be. But he's cool. He's a good kid. He apparently was really psyched that his big cousin does YouTube. So he was telling all of his friends at summer camp that his cousin was a famous YouTuber and had a lot of subscribers and stuff. And so I was like, well, that's really cool. And so he's tuned in. I don't do a lot of visual stuff, so for him it's kind of boring. But but he does find what I do really fascinating. He's always asking me, do you play Among Us? Do you play this? Do you play this? And I always feel really bad when I tell him no, that I can't play these games that he plays. Because I would certainly love to game with him. He's a good kid. He's a smart cookie. I got to say, I mean, I'm not just saying that because he's like, cousin-in-law. He's a smart dude. I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. And I always am very impressed in his knowledge and just how smart he is. So I do think about that because there are a lot of kids that tune in. Chetta says, my charming personality speaks for itself, LOL. Yeah, Chetta, it does. I mean, I'm just agreeing with you at this point. No, I'm kidding. We like you. And I'm glad that you hang out. I know this is not the most exciting thing. Hopefully I'm background noise for you and Moo. But anyways, we're starting to get on towards 8 o'clock Eastern. I think we're going to start winding it down. I do want to thank you guys for being here. Again, I couldn't do this without you. I want to thank everyone that super chatted. I want to thank everyone that donated and scared me. I always appreciate being startled by the screaming monkey sound. It is kind of fun. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It is kind of fun to get startled. I do want to thank everyone for being here. Thank you guys for sending in questions. Thank you for lurking. I do appreciate, I mean, even if you don't write in and you lurk, I'm glad that you're here. Obviously, I mean, if you're lurking, you're enjoying it enough to hang around. So that does mean a lot to me. Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, I believe is going to be the time. I'm going to put up the official thing tomorrow morning. Sorry that I'm not giving you more notice. But 10 a.m. Eastern, we will be doing Code 7. So I really highly recommend you show up for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I am really, really excited for that. I just feel like that is going to be a really fun thing to do. It's a really unique game. It's got some cool voice acting. I think it's got some naughty words in it. I can't remember. I don't know. I don't think it pulls any punches. So, of course, listener discretion is advised. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to have a really good time. I think you guys will have fun. It is a sort of marathon. It's not an official marathon. You are more than welcome to bring yourselves. We're not going to be doing the whole donation thing. As always, though, if you feel like doing it, I'll never say no. But what I want you to do is come have fun. Watch a really cool game. Then during next week, I will do Crazy Party and we'll do Hell Hunter. We're going to try that demo again. I don't know when they're going to release it, so that might be later. They said it was going to be the beginning of March, so I'll try to open a dialogue with him and see, because now that he's not mad at me, I think we're cool. I think he was a little displeased with me because I was harsh towards the game, but I was also being honest, and I don't want to lie about my feelings. I'm going to tell you how I feel, and I appreciate that he kind of called me out and was like, well, why don't you actually play the whole demo through before rendering a verdict? And I was like, yeah, you know what? You're right. My bad. I apologize. We are having a great time. Oh, not sure if you... Oh, thank you. Yeah, Timothy, I thought there was. There definitely is some swearing and coarse language. So, no. I'm glad you said something, though, because I wasn't sure. So thank you for confirming that. I appreciate that, because I just didn't know. I mean, I know that episode 1, definitely, I remember. And I don't know, but yeah, I will throw the warning out there. I always think it's good to have a content warning. I think it's, important to know. So anyways, one more thing. If you are looking for a Sleep Phones affiliate link, I will post it on Twitter a little bit later after the stream. If you have any questions about Sleep Phones, drop me a line. I'm not like, listen, if I only get them a couple sales, that's cool. But if it's something you're really interested in and you're like, gee, I really want to do this and I'm not sure, talk to me about it. I've been really using them for a long time. I love them. I'm more than happy to give you the good, the bad, the ugly, because I'm very honest about it. There's things I like about them. There's things I don't like, but They were really a game changer for me. So they might be a game changer for you too, and they might help you. And maybe they won't. I don't know. But happy to talk about it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it sure does, Timothy. Works great because they're flat, so they won't dig into your ears. They're not earbuds, so they don't go in your ears, so you're not growing bacteria while you sleep. It's a flat headband that goes around your head, and the little ear speakers go over your ears. And yeah, if you lay on your side, they might poke you in the ear a little bit, but they're pretty flat, so they should be pretty comfortable. And I mean, I tend to sleep on my stomach with my head to the side. So usually I've got my head to the side a little bit, and I'm kind of laying and but yeah, I really do recommend them. So I will throw a link out later. But anyways, I am going to wind it down for the evening. I do want to thank you guys for being here. Up on the screen, I have all my patrons. I do want to thank my YouTube subscribers. If you are a YouTube subscriber or a YouTube member, you're not on the list, but I mean, I do appreciate it. I also think I am missing a patron. I think Kyle Smith is a patron now, and I apologize that he's not on the Great Wall of Patreon yet. I will fix that tonight or tomorrow. But big thanks to Kyle Smith, who, again, not up there. I will fix that. Ivan Soto, Munawar Vajani, Sonny the OG, James Dean, Jim Denham, Anya Kristen, Mike Maslow, Trevor Johnson, Kevin Lyon, Stephen Luttrell, Simon Yeager, Lukash, notice how I'm not even trying your last name, Austin Nix, Sarah Hawk, Jason Smith, Melissa Rowe, Hillary Duncan, Ashley Coleman, Bianca, The Evil Chocolate Cookie, Shane Early, Courtney Barton, Bryant, Roland Engelsma, Axel Schroll, Abdullah Dubase, Changeling, Chad Blanco, and Jack Filichek. Thanks to all you guys that are patrons. Thanks to everyone who super chatted tonight. Thanks to everyone who donated. Thanks to everyone who shares these things. Thanks to everyone who likes these things. Thanks to everyone who takes time out of their busy schedule to come listen to me talking to a microphone. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to the people that lurk. Thanks to you guys that, even the people that dislike it. I mean, if you do that, that's your business. But thank you for being here. I could not do it without you guys. Ultimately, at the end of the day, thank you to my 2,169 subscribers. I couldn't do this if I did not have the support. And again, I am so glad and honored you could be here. I will be back on Saturday morning. Please set your calendars. If you can be here, I hope you can join me. We're going to have fun. It's just going to be a fun day of a fun story-driven game. And I would really love to have you join me. Anyways, I am out of here as always. Thanks for watching and or listening. Good corn.